Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video in which I subject myself to sitting in economy for several hours. I am your host, Devin, and today we are taking flight on one of very few no-winglet 757s. So without further ado, enjoy the show. Today we climb aboard N668DN, a Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200 with no winglets. At almost 34 years old at the time of recording, this plane is definitely not the youngest in the fleet. The cabin has been updated to probably more 2017 standards, and is more than acceptable for a short hop today. Today I am seated in the last row of the airplane, with 32 inches of pitch, 17.3 inches of width, and an outstandingly average 2 inches of recline. Delta has dressed not really to impress with this seat. While I can't say it's bad for a 34-year-old plane, especially considering it has modern amenities, more than I can say for Southwest, for a full-service carrier, it's obviously a little rundown, but still 100% operational. At Legitimate Aviation, traveling comes first, then the latest episode of the March of the Penguins, then my own personal well-being. Okay, maybe not quite, but in all seriousness, I'm here to give you some of the best and self-made aviation content on YouTube, and for that, I'd love it if you subscribed. My goal is to reach 1 million subscribers by 2065, and we are so close to hitting that goal. If not, I guess you'll just have to deal with a plethora of United trip reports for a while.
Along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin.
Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors. There are 10 exits on this plane, 6 doors, 3 on each side, and 4 window exits over the wings. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. Additional rafts are located in a ceiling compartment in the forward section of the plane and at the back of the plane. The rear 2 window exits have an escape strap attached inside the window frame, which can be used to assist in a water evacuation onto the wing. In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carrying baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. Locate the nearest exit and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull the mask down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing. So don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for inland children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Now, before we take off, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table. Be sure you fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap, secure your carry-on items, and put your armrests at resting position. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we get ready for takeoff, please settle in. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta.
As we taxi to the runway, I really gotta appreciate the absolute insanity that is ATL. The airport operates over 340,000 flights every year and is the busiest airport in the world. It's been a Delta hub for over 80 years, thus making it one of the longest-lasting airport hubs for any singular airline. Say what you want about your relationship with Delta, but I bet they are more committed than you. Especially given that Delta operates a solid 73% market share. I bet you Delta haters have never owned 73% of anything. As we get sucked into the clouds, it's time to talk about the only real thing that matters on Delta, the Biscoff cookies. I will go ahead and be the one to say it. There is no Delta without Biscoff, and I can't really say the same thing in reverse. Delta felt bad for my poor little soul suffering in row 312 half a mile down the airplane aisle and gave me 2 packs of cookies instead of 1. We all know that, while a proper serving of these is 1 pack, real people need at least 2 packs. The crew also handed out free drinks, of which I went with water. Delta slapped an IFE on the seat for me. While the footage of the content was filmed during turbulence and then purposefully sped up to better fit the timing of the video, thus making it extraordinarily shaky, the system itself was great. Plenty of awesome content for movies, shows, games, and live TV. I won't say it's better than United, but I've heard rumors Delta is working on a new system. As we make our way into Fort Lauderdale, I have to say Delta treated me the same as always. While I will talk about the flight experience more later, the trip was pretty fast-paced. I flew a full 3 legs from Boise to Salt Lake to Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale, and the airline managed to lose my bag again. My Atlanta connection was short, but my flight was also only like 5 gates away. I had a tight schedule in Florida, and Delta caused me to start my road trip in a city I've never driven in after dark. I really should have fought for some Delta points as an apology gift.
Welcome to Fort Lauderdale, where the local time is 4 p.m. Please stay seated with your seatbelt fastened and your carry-on items stowed until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. Be careful when opening overhead bins to avoid injury from items that may have shifted during flight. And please ensure you have all your personal belongings before deplaning. As we reach our gate, we invite you to use the Flight Delta app for important baggage and connection information. Receive an email asking you to share your feedback. We value your feedback and use your responses to continually improve your travel experiences. If you check luggage, your bags will be at baggage claim 3. Baggage claim 3. On behalf of this Atlanta-based crew, we thank you for choosing Delta. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Alright, welcome to the only place where the city is just far enough away from the real true big city and yet manages to be more appealing in a variety of ways. Fort Lauderdale. Fake Miami, better Miami, whatever you want. We are here and my flight was great. As much as I like to bully Delta, the flight experience was perfectly fine. Not a whole lot to point out, but I would rate it a solid 7.5 out of 10. The only reason it's not an 8 is because of that lost bag I got back 2.5 hours later. The seat was good, the view was good, and the crew was kinda professional, and I would be crazy not to say I recommend this flight for all of you. It's most definitely not the cheapest option, but it will suffice. If you enjoyed today's mishmash of clips, music, and voiceovers, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, repost, donate, endorse, and support me with all your heart and soul so that I can make more content. If you didn't like the video, that's no reason not to do all those things I just mentioned. So please do those anyway, even if you aren't inspired. Be sure to come back next week, maybe with a large quantity of friends, preferably all on separate devices, to watch me take yet another United 737 flight over to the Mile High City. Until then, stay legit. Thanks for watching.
Bye, thank you. You have a great one. Thanks for traveling down south. Have a great one.
No como tú, ¿verdad? Pero es una chica estudiada, se ve bien bonito, todo.
I ain't gonna take me to get it when they're ready. And I drop it back off.